Niklas Hemlin, you're
Hi,
back.
everyone.
Hello. Hello to the next NSL talk, live NSL talk. It's Niklas Hemlin, Arizona Airspeed, and Nick, you are back on the West Coast now.
Yeah. We spent about. I spent about. I think 6 days with the team at XP in North Carolina. Then I spent a couple of days coaching in the XP tunnel for a couple of days, and then I flew back home. So I spent about 9 days or so over on the East Coast, and now I'm back in the heat, in the oven.
Yep, it's pretty warm here on the East Coast too now, though. But
Yeah.
that was one of the test meets for on the way to Australia. Everything on track?
Yeah, we originally, that was one of the major competitions we are going to have this year before Rhythm kind of lost Doug to an injury. And because Rhythm is a very worthy opponent, and we were looking forward to really measuring up against them. But, having Rob Rades fill in for Doug and Doug being injured, they decided to train and not participate in the meet. So we kind of changed the approach a little bit. We had Solid Williams with us at XP. So we decided to essentially make it a 5-day camp. 3 days of 12 jumps a day out of the caravan because we need some caravan training. And then we did take advantage of the 16.5-foot wind tunnel.
Yeah.
So you can't help not doing that, right?
Yeah. And
it became a 5-day training camp, and we were more focused on, training than competing at this meet. But the meet was well organized. Always loved going out there, competing at the Classic. It's a well-run meet, great facilities, and just a great drop zone to go to.
And we have seen the videos already. Nick, thanks to Paraclete actually for providing them timely and quickly. And now the project, this project here, this NSL Live Talk project, is for the first time a debriefing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look at the videos together and together with the audience. And then we're gonna hear from you, about the rounds, because I what do we see? I see the jumps. I say that's great, and you see that from a completely different perspective. You would tell us a bit more. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's let's look through the videos and we'll see what we see, and I'll be honest with where we were as a team, But overall, we're happy with the 10 rounds. I mean, we wanted to score more, but at the same time, the feeling landing from each jump, we really liked the intensity we had. We had some technical things we need to fix, but the intensity that we need is to stay competitive, or at least on the radar of Hayabusas. We had to show up with some attitude, confidence, and just kind of go for it. It shows us some of the busts we ended up getting. But I was also happy that we did a 21 plus on every jump. If it wasn't for the last one, we were hoping to get a 22 plus on every single jump. And I think the 22nd point was on the freeze frame or out by a fraction of a second. But I was very happy with that,
Yeah, I have to look into this. I have to send the NSL guy after that topic again, the 21, 22 pointers per round, and check the history and the records. So that was good. I haven't even looked into this yet, but I will. Thanks for the hint. Okay, well, let's. Do you want to look at round one? Begin with round one now. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just cover them 1 through 10 right away.
Okay, here we go. Here's round one.
Okay, so it was 3 randons and block 10. And, we haven't done a lot of caravan exits, and the caravan was not available for the meet, so we ended up doing a twin otter. But we always kind of create a caravan door for the otter where we shave off a foot of the front of the door, to simulate as we can. But it was a great skydive, great intensity. Here on the second page, Ari is a little bit low. But overall, great back piece on block 10. Great action for the random work. We scored a 35.
Yeah, and 35 with block 10 in there.
Yeah, for us, it was a great opening round,
Mm-hmm.
So you can see historically compared to Hayabusa, we've been more competitive on 2 blocks on a random, with 2 blocks, 3 blocks on type Skydax. But with 3 or 4 randoms on a block, Hayabusa has killed us. So that's one of the things we're working on quite a bit. So we were very happy with round 1.
Excellent. Okay, let's go to round 2.
Okay.
What was round 2?
Yeah, can you remember what the sequence that was? Let's see here. I'm pulling it up. It was 14 PA 15. Okay. Yeah, we're very happy with this 14 exit. I mean, it's a big exit for any team, right? And we were happy with the execution of it and the block move on the hill. And I think overall this skydive was very well executed as well. The only thing I wasn't too happy with is the 15s. The 15s are not as fast as they need to be. And other than that, the random sprint and 14 I was happy with. So, but you know, going from, there's some big random moves in here too, you know, from A back to the 15. And then, but I think on this one, did we get into bust on this one, Kurt? Do you remember?
I can look it up quickly, so that's easy.
I think we did. I think we busted the finish of a 15. A hand wasn't stationary.
Yeah, there was one bust in it, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we actually busted the finish of a 15. But if you look at the score itself in a sequence, I think we are, let's see here, that's 6, 24, 25. Yeah, so we're on the right side of that random page, meaning at 26, you're getting the P, right? But you're not getting the A in the 15. So you could potentially get through the random sprint, a score just for like a second, you could probably score 1 or 2 more points.
Round 2, 1 penalty there. Let's look at round 3. Here it comes.
Yeah, we didn't get any penalties on round 3, 19, 11, 9. But to me, this was the worst feeling skydive of the meet.
Oh, no.
We took a short 19 to an 11, and we were fighting some momentum as the 11 wanted to expand out of the 19. And then, you know, but again, it was, we are, on Airspeed, we have a lot of puzzle options like most top teams.
Yeah.
But, you know, being such a young lineup compared to Hayabusa, we are still experimenting with some of the puzzles. Like at Bedford, we picked the standard L versus the other L with the outside center catting the tail.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the process of kind of experimenting, knowing what works for us and what doesn't work for us. And on this particular one, on training, we're going to have to come home and do a standard engineering option on this one versus forcing a short 19 to an 11, which is also forcing memory.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We
you took memory there on 19 on a. I mean, that's a sequence with normally no memory, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And I see that
normally there are no slot switches here, but because you're switching quadrants from the 19 to the 11,
yeah,
because it's a closer random move, you force memory,
right?
But then again, I mean, we weren't quite sure going up which engineering we should choose, so we decided to go with the one we thought on paper would be best. Yeah. I don't think we executed it as well as we needed to, but that's part of the journey, right? Australia is the goal. Yep. And even in Russia 2020 is the goal to win gold. Yep. So sometimes you gotta learn as you go and try these things out. And at XP, you know, we had the chance and we could afford to learn. And at the World Meet, I don't think you can afford it. Yeah. You can't take a big chance like that. You have to be more certain on what to pick.
Mm-hmm. So you literally turned 19 into a slot switcher in this case, right? And
yeah, we did.
And the move to the 11 actually looked very quick. Now the random transition. So you know, there's a pros and cons.
It is. I think our A and B slot 9s are good. Our A and B slot 11s are good. Our B slot 19s are not as good. But then we also fought momentum from the finish 19 to the 11 because it kind of wants to expand, but then you have to move through the middle of the 11.
Yeah.
So we fought with some of that, which, you know, maybe better execution. But then again, let's go and do standard in training and see which one we like better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
So
it's still experimental phase, huh?
yeah, you have to sometimes, you know, because at the World Meet, you need to feel confident that you're engineering, you believe in it, and for your lineup, that you're picking the right one.
And here comes round 4 now.
Yeah, so that's EB22-7, a very good round for us. We had 2 busts here. The first 7, I think Ari doesn't have my arm here. You can see it there. Boom,
Yeah.
hand. Never got busted on a finish 22. I think.
Let's look at the. I want to show that for the audience quickly, so they can see really what you're talking about. Now there's a missing grip on the 7 build here, right?
Yeah. So pause there. There it was. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have to pause it. Well,
right
it is
there.
almost there. I mean, there's a frame probably, but we're not looking for frame.
There it is. You had it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you know, Ari, sometimes it's about, you know, just picking up the gripper, and sometimes it's just moving through it so quick. The timing shows maybe not stationary contact.
Yeah, I see that. I saw that on, you know, in the indoor meets. You see that where the pace is even faster. You see a lot of those situations where you really have only one frame for the judges, kind of, you know, 1-2 frames or so. Amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, BK from the Golden Ice and Sunpath, he really he was a judge for this event, and he did a stellar job. And he was tough, very fair. But we need that because we're going to a world meet, and where the judges are going to be tough but fair. So BK did an excellent job bringing things to our attention. He even busted us on a finish 22, where Tiago and Ari don't look to have leg grips on me. They look to have, like, you know, my hips right there.
On 22, I see. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look at that too, so we can again try to explain where is it. So there's the finish.
So it's on a finish 22. If you pause the finish 22 here.
Let's see. Is it earlier? Do you know where it is towards the end, or?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I think it might be the first one here. So maybe if you just pause the finish here.
Yeah, there's
so you see their left hand. You see how Ari's hand is on my butt more than my gripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on
so
the leg. I would. It's on the leg there.
Yeah. Here it is on the leg, but one of the later ones, it's too far up. I even agree, because he's on the leg strap versus being on the leg. You know.
This one here.
No, not this one. It was another one that was very obvious. It was maybe further down. So.
Okay, well, this one was pretty high too, I have to say. Let's see if it's the next one.
No. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. So I think it was
only a true competitor and a very seasoned judge or coach can notice those things. But they are all, like that one. Look at that.
Yeah, that was probably...
You can clearly see that the hands are on my hips versus on my legs, you know.
Yeah, that's probably the one here. Yeah, you need quick eyes, you need good judges, but usually at the World Meets you have the best judges, you know, so they should be.
Yeah, so that's great. Yeah.
So here comes round 5.
Okay, so that was 2 kg12. That was a good round for us. You know.
You mean you like the blocks, or is it just a general in the Airspeed good round, or in?
Yeah, it was a good round. I think we were competitive. Again, I think the 2 on the hill wasn't as good as they have been, but the random work and the action, the A slot, B slot 2s, we're very good at block 12. And for us, the looking at where the final score was, seeing that the random page is right there staring at us. So maybe being a little bit more rested, more well-trained, and ready to kick butt in Australia, maybe we could have gotten through the random page and scored a couple of more points, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we look at. We look at the final score. Where is it? Is it in the middle of a block? You know, is it in the middle of a random page or a random sprint, we call it? And all those things matter, right?
Explain to the audience quickly. You have a very special technique for turning the compressed accordions, and especially on 22 on block 13. No, what is
12.
that? 12. Yeah.
12.
The front piece. And it's extremely effective, efficient, and fast, and so forth and so forth. It's been around. It's not brand new, but it becomes very popular now. What do you do? You know, I'm gonna play.
Well, it's I feel like, first of all, turning a compressed forward, I feel like is one of the most advanced skills a forward flyer and aqua flyer can learn.
Mm-hmm.
It is super easy to go fast, but it's very hard to go fast and be in control. So Ari and I spent a lot of time understanding body mechanics and the technique within our piece and individually to turn that. And, you know, all that hard work pays off in moments like that. And I feel like turning a compress backwards is easier than forwards. For many ways, it's easy to stop, maybe harder to start, but it makes just more sense, you know. And really, it's I don't really know what to say, but our technique is definitely just to turn that thing in place and maybe travel it forward a little bit to shave off a few degrees for the front back pair. But we don't like to travel our piece at all. We just like to crank it in place as much as we can.
Yeah, and it's spinning so quickly. Your translation wouldn't really help much, probably, because it's spinning so quickly. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the best ones we have, the back piece hardly have time to get around, which is right where we want it, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have time to shear anywhere. I would say that as quickly as it's spinning, you would lose your spinning momentum probably if you try to shear it on top of that.
Yeah, I feel like you have to pick. Some teams believe different things. We believe more and more in just spinning them, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And that goes 16 and some other blocks as well. So.
Right. Okay, let's go to round 6 coming.
301. We thought it was a pretty good SCADA for us. The threes are good. A slot, B slot, slot switcher for the front piece again. We are still experimenting. We haven't really done, we haven't made a decision on straight ones or cheated ones. In the tunnel, we like to go cheated. In free fall, we're still researching which one we want to do. So we decided to go with cheated ones just to see what they yielded. I'm sure we're going to go back to training and do this SCADA again with straight ones to see what they yield. We know for sure that the cheated one is quicker build, but the straighter one is a little bit quicker block time. If at least the way we do it. So, but we're happy with this skydive. You know, I like the action. I like the exit need a little bit of work. We got some distance there between those pieces. And
there's a pretty good,
like I said, block one.
There's a pretty good pushing on block 3 into the start of the. That's fun to watch always. You know, you're doing that, of course, on purpose. I mean, there's nothing that doesn't go.
Yeah, we got busted on this one as well. We got busted on a finish one. I don't know if it was R and I who busted it, but one grip looked non-stationary, so they dinged us for that one.
Look at that push. So, that's Thiago, right? pushing Ari there, or is that you?
I don't know.
It helps.
It's block 3, you mean?
Yeah, block 3. Yeah. This is I mean, that's a push on purpose, obviously, not to help into the turn.
Yeah.
And it's but it shows so significantly how it's being done. You know, I like to.
Yeah. If you want to know who is who, with the red helmets, since we're switching, Ari has black shoes. Those yellow shoes.
Ah, okay. So yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And Thiago and Mikhail, easy to know who they are. They don't switch slots.
Yeah, that's easy. So, okay, blocks. Round 7.
Yeah, 417J. We got busted on this one on a camera bust on the key on block 4 out the door. So we can't see my left grip for my left for my helmet on Ari. So we got an NJ, non-judgeable for that one. The rest of the skydive was super good for us, we felt. We were trying out a righty J on this engineering versus a lefty J to eliminating some of that turning. You know, righty puzzles, sometimes it's super good, but they need some practice. So we decided just to, I think we're always more comfortable sticking standard, and standard would have been a lefty donut or a J. And we decided to try the righty donut because if you do it right, it is quicker because it is smaller, less to do.
Mm-hmm.
and we're happy with the skydive. Like I said, the fours are really nice. I feel like, again, a good performance for R and I A slot, B slot. I think the 17s can be a little bit quicker. But overall, I think this is a good one for us. But
So,
then again, we did get dinged on the exit.
yeah, so it sounds like in general, you know, your repertoire, I mean, your engineering becomes much more flexible and broader in general, with more options. Like the right-hand donut is a perfect example for that. Are you, when you're coaching, do you recommend that also for every team now, even when they're making only 100 jumps a year, or is it only an airspeed repertoire?
No, I think it's not if you do 100 jumps. I mean, it all depends on what averages you're holding up, you know, because a lot of it is that you just the brain work. You a lot more confident in doing what you keep doing, your continuity, right? You see the left hand donut so many times. And yeah, so I wouldn't recommend it in the beginning. I recommend it if you're doing the lefty donut and you're doing it so well, and then maybe you put the righty donut in there. But I don't think that comes later on, you know. It all depends on how much experience you have, because I feel like if you already have a block 17 or block 5 in there, you're already switching. So everyone has in this case, a 10-pointer to remember. And if you all of a sudden for a newer team putting in the wrong donut, it's going to add to the stress and the brain work, which is going to slow down the skydive. The more confident you feel in the sequence, the more anticipation you're going to have. So for us, it's a must. We have to take the shortest way, and we have to execute it really well. You know, and to win, you have to execute it the best. But for lesser teams, I feel like sometimes that a higher risk, it doesn't pay off, because it just takes something you have to practice. And
we'll talk later about R2G, whether they copy your complete continuity plan or not. We have a secret to come very soon, but we'll wait with that for a second, because we have another visitor there. Okay, let's go to round 8 here. This is round 8.
So this was the last round of Saturday. It was Q13D6. It's a pretty good skydive for us, but at this point, this is our 4th day on, so we could feel it, you know. And I mean, I was happy with the exit. I was happy with the performance overall. Our 13s are very strong. Our 6s not so much. And like I said, the fatigue started setting in. So I felt like this skydive was a little bit too dynamic, and for it to be a good performance. It's a lot of stuff in free fall we kind of have to fix. It was a good skydive, but I felt like at a world meet level, I don't think we would have won this round. If someone, I think someone could have had a better round than us. We have some work to do in our 6s. And, you know, we're still working at it, but every team has that, right? The one block they're not too happy with. And there might be the best block of the other team. Who knows? But we all have the one thing.
Yeah.
Then the next day.
The French team, I mean, I'm sure you have studied the French 6s. They seem to be faster on 6, probably higher booster too. What are they doing differently?
I just think that they fly the block a lot smaller. I could see the center point of the pieces from the French. I looked at the videos from the French Cup that you had on your website.
Yeah.
And their look great, you know, and yeah, there's just something you study the competition and you try to emulate. I mean, I feel like we own block 12. I feel like the French and Hayabusa own block 6. Hayabusa definitely owns block 16. And when you're not good at something and the competition is better, you try to emulate as much as you can and kind of figure out what they're doing. But sometimes you know, you can't focus on the competition too much. You just got to go home and figure it out on your own.
Right. Okay, round 9.
Yeah, the next day, Sunday, 2 rounds, NL8-18. So 18 and 8 have been kind of 2 blocks that haven't worked really well for us. I'm pretty happy with some of the block work in here. I'm very happy with the random work in here. The 8s are some of the best ones we've done, but they still need to get better to be competitive at a world meet. And the 18s, we try and more tunnel tactic 18s and free fall, where we just turn them. And the first and the last 18s are great. But the ones in between there, we have some levels with some distance. But I was pretty happy with these. But I mean, to be honest to you and the audience, it's more like a par performance. This was the 5th day on for us.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was good, but it was just a par performance. It was nothing to brag about. Really, I was hoping to go for a 22 on round 10. Really, that's what I was hoping for. We could at least score 22 points or more in each round.
Yeah, well, round 10 coming soon here. Did they let you sleep in on Sunday, or did you have to get up early for the last 2 rounds?
Not early. It was 8 o'clock takeoff, but it was a little bit foggy, so we were there at 7, and then we didn't take off until maybe 8:30 or 9 because of the fog. But it was okay.
Okay.
It was just 2 jumps and done, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Just thinking about fatigue and all that stuff, you know, when which kicked in the day before. Okay, here comes round 10.
This last round, 16, 21, 20, very good stuff. Slot switcher for Ari and I again. Very good performance. I think the 21 in A slot a little bit big. The 16s in one of the slots a little bit big. But overall, great action. I feel like maybe a 22 would have been a high score. Maybe I'm wrong. But 21 for us, hoping for 22, that's a good score for us. 3 blocker right there, like that one. You had I mean, all those blocks have a lot of action in them, but the random works is not as easy, you know, from a 21 to a 20 and so on. You had an engineering option, which 20 to pick, and we just picked the stronger ones that we have, where I'm spinning Tiago, which would be considered in our continuity a standard 20. You know, and I'm very happy with this one, actually. A lot of good action, a lot of, you know, nothing is technically perfect, but I really like the attitude of the team. And yeah, I'm proud of Airspeed.
You should be. And thank you very much for all that, Nick. That was very, very interesting. And I could spend hours here, of course, with you to go all that kind of stuff, and which would be great fun to do, but we don't want to spend or stretch the attention of the audience too much.
Yeah.
But anyhow, let's still lift the secret here quickly before we come to an end here, because let's talk to the national champion there. Last year's national champion, who is here, to Michelle. Let's bring her in if she has a few minutes for us.
I have to go get her. She's not sitting next to me. See,
okay.
She's vacated that slot.
An empty chair.
So,
okay. Well, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, she's coming.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. I have a butler. Go and get her.
Okay.
I have my kids visiting for the summer.
Was that the young man on the photos, the butler?
No, my kids are here, so I have them do all the laundry, the dishes, and all that stuff. So
I'm losing a little bit audio. I'm losing a little bit of your audio now, Nick. I don't know if you moved further away or whatever, but so let's see.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back now. Good.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say is the R2G Ranch 2nd generation, they were also at Paraclete for the same meet. And I guess you're very happy with their performance too.
Yeah, they're doing great. I mean, a 19 average on their draw. I was very happy with that. And, you know, I always had a dream for them to do a 20 at Nationals. And I would not bet them, you know. So,
Michelle.
But, you know, behind every terrible man is a terrible woman.
That's funny. What do you think, Misha? Does he speak the truth?
No, I do not.
I think English is his second language, so leave it at that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's your second. Yeah, man, this Saturday, Germany versus Sweden. Oh, that'll be exciting.
No, not at all. Soccer's not exciting at all.
Well, I know, not for you, but I have it still, you know, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
The second generation, yeah.
Ranch 2nd generation with a 19 average, Michelle. Happy with that?
Yeah, we're super happy with that. We had no idea what our scores were going to be going into the meet. We haven't been scoring our rounds or doing anything during training to figure out where we were standing. So it was a really nice surprise. I don't think we expected a 19, but we're definitely very happy with it, and it puts us at a good place to try and hopefully get our score goal this year of a 20 average.
And the other thing is, like, they had 2 training weeks before that more or less were a wash.
Yeah.
Where they didn't get all the training that they wanted. So that's 2. I think it was 7 or 8 days of training that.
Yeah. So prior to the competition, we hadn't jumped together since, I want to say, the last weekend in April. So it was we did 4 practice jumps the day before. So it was just kind of throwing us in it and made it happen.
Mm-hmm. I have one of your rounds here too, so maybe we can do the same thing with Michelle here for once, a little debriefing of one of the ranges. I know you're going to send me all of them. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yes,
but here's one of them. So that is, I don't know which round it is, but
1911 K, I think.
Yeah. No, which round? Well, it's one of the rounds.
Sorry, 9.
Pace is a little bit slower than Airspeed, but
yeah. We really enjoyed this jump. The first couple of rounds we were a little bit shaky on just kind of finding our flow and everything through the dive. So when we got to this one, 19 and 11 are typically good blocks for us, and so we really had a lot of fun with this.
And you took your standard, and you did not make the slot switcher, right? You took standard engineering for the front piece.
Yep, yeah, all standard.
Yeah, but you see the difference now to the Airspeed engineering now that their move to the photon is a lot quicker. Actually, interesting to see the 2 different ways there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, and
sorry.
Taking some alternate engineering, it didn't even cross our minds. We were just kind of going for it and doing the best that we could. So.
Yeah, and what you know, of course.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
So the answer is already on hand. You know, that's pretty obvious that you are not copying you know, the Airspeed continuity plan. You have your own plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so comprehensive what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah. So in terms of engineering the dives, we didn't really talk to our coach Niklas at all. We just kind of did everything on our own, figured out what worked best, and I think we only took 1 alternate engineering on a random throughout the entire meet. So yeah, it was all our own.
I'm sure he was pretty busy with his own meet as well, right? So that's
it was definitely a very fast-paced meet, and we pack for ourselves, so we don't have a whole lot of downtime in the round. So it that made it go by pretty quick for us. So we're, you know, as soon as we land, we pack up, and then we've got about 20 minutes to prep the next dive and get on the plane again. So
that was from 16.4 at the last outdoor meet to a 19 flat on the next outdoor meet, like half a year later. That's not too bad.
Yeah. No, it's we're very with it.
Yeah, you're talking AAA. So I have no doubt that we'll see your 20 this year, of course. You know, I can see that it may go even a little further. And I wish you, yeah, I wish you all good luck. You know, the team and of course the SB2 and we've been on it now for a while here. I don't want to go too long, so I'll let you go, guys, and run your household there for the rest of the day. Niklas, thank you very much. He's probably in the kitchen now somewhere, or what's he doing?
Yeah, he says thank you.
Thanks, Niklas. Thanks, Michelle, and good luck. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks a lot.
Yep, see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.